Foxy Brown, we spoke about Jay-Z and the potential allegations. Foxy Brown made it clear she denies any rumors of Jay-Z sleeping with her when she was underage. And I'm not sure if you're aware about this dynamic that took place, but basically Foxy Brown, or excuse me, this is no longer about Foxy Brown. Jaguar Wright goes on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is a huge news program, right?
She's crazy.
He's getting currently like 4 million views an upload talking about Diddy. Jaguar Wright, I don't know if you know this, she was very much involved with Jay-Z throughout his career. She sang on a bunch of his records. She's present in the MTV Live performance video that he did. I believe she was on tour with him a bunch, etc. So it's not like she's just a completely random person.
She was like a backup singer or something, right?
Right, but she was around him a good amount. It's not like she's just a totally random person.
Yeah, but no, you can't say that.
It seems like she lost her mind at some point.
Okay. Sharp was around you all the time. Just as he's in the building.
Right.
But yet he wouldn't come and you always have a conversation with you. Just because you're a backup singer or a backup dancer doesn't mean you're in the in crowd.
I'm not saying talent. Right. I'm not saying that she's using
that to make it look like, but you're not. I mean, backup dancers, shout out J-Lo, right? But how many backup singers are allowed in the room?
That's what I'm saying. Like, realistically, if I had dancers and I was on tour, they're probably not seeing too much action. I'm probably not letting them into the freak off unless they want to participate.
Yeah, like.
But maybe but she doesn't make any claim that she herself had any kind of sexual interaction with Jay-Z.
But she claims she's seen all these things, so they just letting you in. For what reason?
And so Piers Morgan, who is huge and like a serious journalist, quote unquote, he had to actually delete it out of the podcast episode or the news segment that they did. I guess it wasn't a cease and desist. The lawyer said that he just straight up told them, if you don't delete that from that episode, then we are going to proceed with legal action, which I do think it makes sense. It's like platforming Jaguar Wright at this point to say things that really happen.
Crazy.
There's just no evidence, no seemingly factual basis to it. Now, if they ever do find shit to pull out against Jay-Z, she is going to look like a genius. However, still, there's no significant evidence. Really, like almost everybody in the hip hop industry has more evidence or like more sketchy situations than Jay-Z. He's had almost no sketchy situations involving women that we know of. He got beat up in an elevator.
That was it.
You want to hear my favorite Jay-Z sex story? Okay. This is from Superhead's book years ago.
She might be telling the truth.
Almost 20 years ago, I read her book in a Barnes & Noble during an afternoon and was just absolutely blown away. But she told the story about how she was his video girl in a random video. When it's lunch break, he gets her in his car. They're up on like a big mountain, mansion, whatever. They drive down the hill a bit. He pulls the car over to the side. Him and her both get out of the car. He takes his dick out without saying anything, rolls a condom down onto it, takes her by the back of the head, and gets some good old Rockefeller style head on the side of the mountain.
That was pre-Beyonce.
She said nothing to suggest that this was not consensual, so I'm not trying to draw that kind of conclusion at all. I actually just thought it sounded like the most player shit I ever heard.
Pre-Beyonce.
Yeah, of course. But also just the fact that, I think this was more like Big Pimpin' era. This isn't even like close to Beyonce. But either way, that just really always kind of stuck with me of like, damn, if you really make it, you can get some dome without even talking.
I can believe Superhead. She might exaggerate, put a little more onto a few things, but I think the situations that happened.
Yeah, the tone of her telling the story in her book did not come off as like vindictive at all. It was more just like, hey, listen to this crazy thing that happened.
This Bobcat Wrong chick?
Jaguar Wright.
No, Bobcat Wrong. She's like a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, no, I
with
agree.
A bad haircut.
Yeah. And she, honestly, she says so many crazy things that it's just...
Yeah, I don't believe he was on the in crowd like that.
But there are YouTubers whose entire careers, Baby Cuban Rob in the building, entire careers are basically interviewing Jaguar Wright over and over and letting her say literally anything and never fact-checking her at any point.
Nothing. She says crazy things.
There needs to be like a confirmed, definitive video that breaks down her mental illness and psychosis, because to many of us, it just sounds like, you know, oh, she's a crazy woman, which is like the easiest thing to say about a woman to discredit her, right? Like, I want a real deep dive into all of her statements and how little sense they make.
We need to check her out. We need to. Spies on the Hunter side.
The exposers.
Bobcat Wrong, a.k.a. Jaguar Wright. Let's look into her.